Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something that's crucial to mastering Attack on Titan Revolution, perks. We all know that perks can take your gameplay to the next level by boosting your stats or even giving you new abilities. But with so many options and the added complexity of categories and rarities, it can be tough to figure out which ones are worth your time. Don't worry though, because I've got you covered with the ultimate perks tier list to help you pick the best of the best. In this video, we're ranking the perks from top tier to those you might want to avoid unless you're in a pinch. We'll go over which perks are absolute game changers and which ones are a little more situational. If you're looking to optimize your build and maximize your potential in Attack on Titan Revolution, this is definitely the guide you don't want to miss. Let's get into it and figure out which perks will give you the edge you need to dominate the battlefield. I'm quickly moving on to the video and I'm ranking perks in Attack on Titan Revolution. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of tier list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching.
A very small portion of the audience is subscribed to the channel. Please don't forget to subscribe if you like these types of videos. Thanks.
The perks in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Gear Beginner, Hollow, and Lucky. Let's talk about the perks in Attack on Titan Revolution that you really don't want to stick with for long. We're diving into the D tier perks, which are pretty much the bare minimum when it comes to helping you out in battle. These perks are common rarity, so don't expect anything too flashy here. First up, we have Extra Bandage, which is supposed to help with healing, but honestly, it's not going to do much when things get intense. It's like trying to patch up a hole in a wall with duct tape. Doesn't really fix the problem. Then there's Gear Beginner. It's an early perk, but once you level up a bit, you'll be laughing at how basic this one feels. Next, let's talk about Hollow and Lucky. Hollow is an offensive perk that's just, well, hollow. It doesn't pack the punch you need when you're facing titans at full strength, and you'll quickly outgrow its usefulness. And Lucky, sure, it boosts your odds of getting a little extra loot, but when you're in the heat of battle, you'll wish you had something more substantial. These perks are just not worth holding on to as you progress. Switch them out as soon as you can and let the real power-ups take the stage. The perks in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Blessed, Carnifex, Cripple, Enhanced Metabolism, Flame Rhapsody, Flawed Release, Lightweight, Mighty, and Tough. Alright, let's talk perks in Attack on Titan Revolution, and specifically the C tier ones. Now, I know what you might be thinking. C tier? That's the meh tier, right? Well, hold up. Before you brush these off, let's dive into why these perks are actually pretty useful, especially if you're just getting started or trying to figure out your playstyle. First up, we've got Blessed. This one's a solid choice for anyone trying to up their critical hit game. It gives you a nice little boost to your critical chance, anywhere between 5% and 10%. It's not game breaking, but it's a nice way to get a little more bang for your buck when you land those sweet crits. If you're new, this is a great perk to help get you familiar with the mechanics without feeling totally lost. Then there's Carnifex. This one is for all you aggressive players out there. With a legendary tier status, it lets you hit up to 5 more Titan limbs per attack. That's a lot of damage potential packed into each strike. It's perfect if you're all about maximizing your offensive abilities. And if you're still figuring out how to balance offense and defense, this one can help you get the hang of hitting where it hurts. Cripple is a bit more niche but still super helpful. This common perk boosts your critical damage by up to 10%. If you like the idea of hitting hard when you do land a crit, then this is a solid pick. It's not as flashy as the other perks, but it's reliable and gets the job done when you want to dish out some extra pain to your opponents. Next up, we have Enhanced Metabolism. This one's all about your body, literally. By increasing your health regeneration rate by 2% to 3%, this perk can keep you on your feet longer during a fight. It's not flashy, but it's definitely practical, especially when you're in the heat of battle and you need to make sure your health bar is ticking up just a little faster. Now, Flame Rhapsody. This is a wild one. With up to a 2.3x increase in critical damage, it sounds like a beast, right? But, and here's the catch, it caps your critical chance of a percent to 12.5%. So, while it'll make your crits hurt way more, you're not going to be critting as often. It's a trade-off, but if you're a fan of big explosive damage when you do land a hit, this could totally be your jam. On the flip side, there's Flawed Release. The name kind of gives it away, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. This epic tier perk boosts your critical chance by up to 20%, but it comes with a downside. A pretty nasty reduction in critical damage by 25% to 30%. It's the perk that says, go big or go home, except the big is less damage for more frequent hits. Use it wisely. Lightweight is a rare perk that gives you a slight boost in swing duration, around 5% to 10%. It's not going to make you a whirling dervish of destruction, but it does let you attack just a bit longer. This perk is great for those times when you want to be able to rack up damage during a single swing cycle without being too slow or sluggish. And lastly, we have Mighty. This common perk boosts your ODM damage by up to 10%. It's not game breaking, but hey, every little bit counts, right? If you're looking to boost your overall output when using ODM gear, this one's a nice simple perk that can make your attacks a bit more impactful. It's not flashy, but it does its job without any drama. Oh, and let's not forget Tough, a rare defense perk that increases your damage reduction by 5% to 10%. If you're a defensive player, this one's a nice little pick-me-up. You'll take less damage and stay alive longer, which is always a win when you're trying to survive those crazy Titan attacks. It's simple, it's reliable, and it's all about keeping you in the fight. So there you have it. C-tier perks might not be the flashiest options, but they're definitely useful for figuring out your playstyle, especially if you're new or just testing the waters. Whether you're focusing on offense or the defense, these perks offer something for everyone. What do you think? Are any of these your go-to, or are you planning to aim for the higher tiers? Let me know in the comments. The perks in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right: Adrenaline, Aegis, Courage Catalyst, Critical Hunter, Enduring, Exhumation, Focus, Forceful, Fortitude, Fully Stocked, Gear Intermediate, Hardy, Luminous, Mangle, Peerless Commander, Peerless Strength, Protection, Safeguard, Siphoning, Speedy, Unyielding, and Wind Rhapsody. Let's dive into some of the perks you will definitely want to keep an eye on in Attack on Titan Revolution. These perks can make or break your performance, so choosing the right ones is key to dominating the game. Starting with Adrenaline, this perk is a bit of a wildcard. It's a support perk that gives you a chance to restore up to 7.5% of your health for every Titan you kill, with a chance range of 8% to 18%. It's great if you find yourself constantly hunting Titans and want to sustain your health in the heat of battle. It's like a mini health pot, but only if you're fast and furious with those Titan takedowns. Then we have Aegis, the D. Defensive staple that gives you a 25% to 40% reduction in injury chances. That's some serious tank material right there. If you're the type to be in the front lines taking hits, this perk can keep you in the game longer and let you soak up damage like a true Titan Slayer. For those who want to support their teammates, Courage Catalyst is where it's at. This legendary perk lowers skill cooldowns by 1 second and boosts ODM control for up to 10 seconds. But the best part? It doesn't just benefit you, it applies to your whole team. Talk about team player vibes. Imagine popping this during a big group fight and everyone's mobility gets a massive boost. If you're more of a critical hit kind of player, then Critical Hunter is a must-have. This rare body perk increases ODM blade durability by up to 15%, which is nice. But the real kicker is the 5% to 10% increased chance of landing critical hits. That means you're not only slicing through Titans faster, but you're doing it with style. Next up, we've got Enduring, a nice little common defensive perk that lets you ignore up to 2 injuries. It's perfect for those who are just starting to build out a tank character. You can take a few hits and not get bogged down by the consequences, giving you more time to dish out damage. Let's talk about Exhumation, a legendary support perk that increases your gas bar by up to 3.5% for every kill. If you're the type to constantly be in the air, this one will keep you flying longer, allowing you to maintain pressure on Titans without worrying about running out of gas at a crucial moment. Now, we've got a perk that's a favorite for offensive players: Focus. This epic perk increases your critical damage by up to 5% and boosts the chances of landing critical hits by a hefty 10% to 15%. If you're someone who loves to make those devastating hits, then this is your best friend. Forceful, a rare offensive perk, buffs ODM damage by up to 15%. Simple but effective. If you're looking to pump up your damage output and make your ODM blade hits count for more, this perk is perfect for you. Plus, it doesn't get too fancy, just straight up damage increases. The perks in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right: Experimental Shells, Gear Expert, Heightened Vitality, Invincible, Mutilate, Peerless Constitution, Perfect Form, Perfect Soul, Reckless Abandon, Resilient, Robust, Sanctified, Solo, Stalwart, Durability, Trauma Battery, Tyrant Stare, and Unbreakable. Alright, let's dive into some of the absolute best perks in Attack on Titan Revolution. We're talking A tier, the ones that really make a difference when you're out there fighting titans or supporting your squad. Whether you're looking to beef up your character's damage or just need something to make sure you stay alive in the heat of battle, these perks got your back. First up, we've got experimental shells. This one's for all the support players out there. If you've got flares or acoustic shells in your kit, this perk is a game changer. It boosts the AoE, area of effect, by up to 50%. That's a huge increase. Suddenly you'll be covering a much larger area, meaning you can hit more titans or help more allies at once. It's a solid choice if you want to help out while staying safe behind the scenes. Next, let's talk about Gear Expert. If you're the kind of player who loves that fast, fluid ODM, omnidirectional mobility, movement, this perk is practically built for you. It buffs your ODM speed by up to 12.5%, and on top of that, it gives a control boost. That means your aerial acrobatics are sharper, faster, and more precise. You're going to be zipping around, dodging titan attacks, and keeping your teammates on their toes. Heightened Vitality is another great perk, especially if you're looking to tank some damage. It's a rare perk, but its ability to increase your health by 50 HP can make all the difference in keeping you alive longer when the going gets tough. Having that extra buffer can be a lifesaver when you're surrounded by titans and need to hold your ground. Speaking of holding your ground, Invincible is perfect for players who want to be the ultimate tank. This legendary perk lets you dismiss up to 5 major injuries. Yep, 5. It's a powerful offensive and defensive perk combined, giving you the ability to take those hits and keep fighting without worrying about getting incapacitated. It's literally a game changer for any Titan Hunter out there. Moving on, we've got Mutilate, an epic perk that's all about those critical hits. If you're a fan of dealing damage, this perk increases your critical damage by up to 30%. That's a huge boost, especially when you're going for those all-important headshots. Pair this with other critical damage perks and you'll be melting titans in no time. Then there's Peerless Constitution, another legendary perk that's a must-have for defensive players. This one reduces the damage you take by 20% and lowers your chances of getting injured by up to 25%. It's all about staying in the fight longer, and if you want to be the toughest player on the battlefield, this one's for you. Less damage means you can take more risks and live to tell the tale. For those of you who want to up your overall damage and versatility, Perfect Form is the way to go. This legendary perk increases your ODM damage by up to 10%, and you'll deal max damage when your speed is between 50% and 70%. If you're good at balancing your speed and damage output, this one will make sure you're dishing out some serious pain. Lastly, let's talk about Perfect Soul, another legendary perk that buffs all of your ODM stats by 10%. This is the kind of perk that's perfect for those of you who want to be all around strong. Whether you're attacking, dodging, or just controlling the battlefield, this perk ensures that your ODM skills are top tier. There you have it, a quick rundown of some of the A tier perks in Attack on Titan Revolution. Each one brings something unique to the table, whether you're going for tanking, damage, or support. These perks will make sure you're not just surviving the battle, but dominating it. The perks in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right: Eviscerate, Font of Vitality, Gear Master, Indefatigable, Peerless as Focus, Sixth Sense, and Unparalleled Strength. Alright, let's dive right into some of the most game-changing perks in Attack on Titan Revolution. If you're looking to really level up your gameplay, then you're going to want to know about these legendary perks. Trust me, they're a total game changer. First up, we've got Eviscerate. Now, this one is a beast if you're all about offense. With a 30% to 50% increase in critical damage, you'll be dealing some seriously lethal blows. This is perfect for those high damage plays where you just want to obliterate titans in one hit. If you love to stack that critical damage, Eviscerate is your go-to. Next, let's talk about Font of Vitality. We all know the key to surviving an Attack on Titan Revolution is not just about dishing out damage, but also staying alive long enough to dish it out. That's where Font of Vitality comes in. It increases your health by up to 125 HP, giving you that extra bit of cushion to survive those close calls. Perfect for when you're getting swarmed and need a little more tankiness in your build. Now, for all you strategy lovers, Gear Master is a must-have. This legendary support perk buffs your ODM speed by up to 12.5%, and it also boosts your ODM control by up to 15%. Basically, it makes your movement smoother and more responsive, which is a game changer for maneuvering around titans. If you're looking to move like a pro, Gear Master will have you feeling like a titan slaying speedster. Indefatigable is a perk that's tailor-made for titan shifters. This one increases your awakening bar fill by 15% to 25%, which is awesome for getting into Titan form faster. Plus, it allows you to trigger Titan Shift up to 3 times. It's like having that extra burst of power when you need it most, making it one of the best perks for players who love to shift and wreck shop. Moving on to Peerless Focus. This one is a dream for anyone who loves the thrill of critical hits. It boosts critical damage by 20% to 30%, plus it gives you an additional 7.5% to 10% chance to land those sweet critical hits. If you're all about stacking damage and making every strike count, Peerless Focus is going to become your new best friend. Let's not forget about Sixth Sense. This support perk increases your ODM range by 7.5% to 10%, which might not sound huge, but it makes a massive difference in the heat of battle. That extra range can mean the difference between getting caught in a Titan's attack or getting the perfect angle to land that kill shot. It's all about precision, and Sixth Sense gives you that edge. For pure unrelenting power, we've got Unparalleled Strength. This legendary offense perk buffs your ODM damage by 15% to 25%, making your attacks hit harder than ever. Whether you're facing off against a Titan or just want to make sure your hits count, this perk is a must for anyone looking to maximize their offensive potential. So, whether you're looking to dish out insane damage, stay alive longer, or maneuver like a pro, these legendary perks are the real deal. Each one has its own unique advantages, so mix and match to build your ultimate Titan slaying loadout. The perks in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right: Adaptation, Art of War, Black Flash, Everlasting Flame, Font of Inspiration, Founder's Blessing, Heavenly Restriction, Immortal, Kengo, Maximum Firepower, Soul Feed, and Tatsujin. Alright, listen up, fellow Titan Slayers. If you've ever wondered what pure power feels like in Attack on Titan Revolution, it's hiding in the S+ tier perks. These bad boys aren't just perks, they're straight up game changers. Mythical rarity under 1% drop rates, the kind of stuff you'd sell your soul or at least a week's worth of grinding for. Let's break them down and see why they're worth every ounce of effort and probably some frustration. Buckle up, this is where things get spicy. First off, let's talk adaptation, because nothing screams survival like this perk. This one's for the defensive masterminds out there. Imagine increasing ODM damage by up to 8% for every skill equipped. Now, pair that with a chance of increased Titan kills post-injury, and boom, you're the comeback king. Oh, and let's not forget that juicy 25% damage reduction. The catch? You've got to ditch all equipped skills. It's a high-risk, high-reward situation, but hey, that's how legends are made, right? On the flip side, offense lovers, meet your new best friend, Art of War. This perk is like strapping a jet engine to your Titan shifting skills. You get up to a 10% speed buff and a ridiculous 40% boost to your shifter damage. I mean, who needs subtlety when you're tearing through Titans like a hot knife through butter? Pair this with a good team comp and you'll be carrying the match harder than Levi on cleaning day. Now, if you're all about finesse and style, Black Flash is calling your name. This perk's all about critical hits and speed. Imagine increasing your critical damage by 0.6% for every 1% of speed you have. And yeah, dashing through Titans like some ghostly assassin, totally on the table. With Black Flash, every critical hit lands at maximum damage. No RNG nonsense, just pure precision. It's like turning yourself into the most overpowered blade-wielding ninja in the game. Let's not sleep on Everlasting Flame though. This one's for the pyromaniacs in the crowd. Don't lie, I know you're out there. It cranks up your blast radius by up to 30% and adds an extra 10-30% burn damage. Picture this, you're surrounded by Titans, you ignite the battlefield, and suddenly everything's on fire. It's chaos, it's beautiful, and it's all you. Truly poetic, in a destructive kind of way. Now for my support players, your time to shine. Explosive Fortune and Font of Inspiration are like the dynamic duo of team buffs. Both reduce Order and Flare cooldowns by half and boost their effects by up to 1.5x. But the real kicker, your teammates under Order will get up to 30% extra damage reduction. You're not just supporting, you're basically turning your squad into an unkillable wrecking crew. MVP status guaranteed. And then there's Heavenly Restriction, which is borderline unfair. Up to 40% ODM damage buff, blade durability increase, and the ability to hit multiple limbs at once. This perk doesn't just let you take down Titans, it lets you do it in style. Add in Immortal if you want to tank like a beast with reduced injury chances, bonus HP, and significant damage reduction. Who even needs a squad when you've got perks like these? Last but not least, let's shout out Tatsujin, the ultimate utility perk for ODM enthusiasts. Faster speed, extended range, and better control. You'll be flying circles around titans, slicing limbs before they even realize what hit them. It's the perfect blend of speed and precision, and it's an absolute game changer. So yeah, these S+ tier perks, they're not just perks, they're a lifestyle. If you're lucky enough to snag one, cherish it like the rare treasure it is. And if you're still grinding, well, keep at it. It'll all be worth it when you're out there dominating the battlefield. Just remember, you're not playing the game anymore, you're rewriting it. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.